Come sit by the fire. Tell me a story.
I love you, Fado.
What is up, guys? Fado82 coming at you with a weekly Rust update video. This update marks the end of an era. A 3-year sausage fest has come to an end with the addition of female player models that have been merged into the main game. Additionally, all player models have been updated with regard to skin tones, ethnicity, and a highly upgraded player mesh. When you log into Rust today or later this week, your character will be re-rolled based off of your Steam ID, and that will determine your race, your ethnicity, your body size or body mass, which also will dictate how big your penis is or your breasts, if you are to have breasts, as well as the amount or lack of pubic hair. Your Steam ID also adds what appear to be birthmarks, bug bites, warts, and I believe I even spotted a rash on a player's ass over on the dev server. As with the male character models, female models are in line with that aesthetic of Rust, so they have the shaved heads and they seem to fit in well with what we come to expect from player models in Rust. The models will be much more living in this version of Rust. The mouths will move in a more fluid and vibrant manner, and the eyes now open and close. They will dart back and forth. The eyelids open and close rather, and the eyes will dart back and forth. It's really something, guys, that can't be overstated how much this means to the Rust community and to the game itself. It is the next evolution in terms of not only the player models, but in some ways the game. It doesn't change gameplay necessarily, but we spent a lot of time looking at these player models. So really, hats off and much love to the Rust dev team and to Taylor in particular for progressing forward these player models. It really will make a difference in the game, and you guys are going to be amazed at what you see when you log in. This is but a mere glimpse of it. So the player models are not the only thing that received an aesthetic update. The next generation or iteration of the procedurally generated terrain is in the game at this point in time. It does not bring back the snow biome. Sorry guys, it is still going to be limited to mountain peaks, and I'm not sure that will ever come back fully. So if you want to use it, it's going to be more of a hotly contested area, but I'm kind of for that in some ways. I might be in the minority, but I'm okay with that. The terrain is basically going to feel much more dense in this version of Rust. Specifically, bushes and rocks and nodes will spawn closer together, and the trees appear to spawn in tighter clusters also. This made gathering resources more predictable, but also made the landscape feel more natural and just much more anxiety-provoking and dense when you're walking around it. You'll notice things are hard to spot with the exception of the cannabis plant, which has moved from a squat indica variety up to a sativa, and it is now as large as a player model. The terrain is going to really be something that you guys will notice. The grass specifically will stand out for you. With regard to healing in this version of Rust, syringes have received a buff. They now will heal you 15 hit points instantly and then another 20 HP over time. And they're stackable to stacks of 2, with bandages being stackable in stacks of 3. This might sound like a small detail, stackable syringes and bandages, but it's actually a big game changer because it will extend out PvP interactions, make them more intense, and this is a really cool thing and it will shake things up. If you like chucking grenades, whether they're bean cans or frag grenades, it has improved in this version of Rust and will feel more natural. It's better able to predict where your shots will land. The longer that you hold down the button to prime the grenade, the farther that it will go. You'll notice that raiding will be coming back in full force in this version of Rust, and the building sides with the hard and soft sides will function accordingly. If you guys don't know what that means, go ahead and check out the dev blog, or check out Rustified, or check out some videos on YouTube that explain that more in depth. This is just an update video. The protection value for various pieces of armor have changed in this week's version of Rust. Most notably, the metal face mask will do less protection. It was a bit glitched last week, so you'll go down in about 2 to 3 headshots with the metal face mask from an AK. And make sure you check out the dev blog for further information. If you want to edit a sign and you own the sign, you can now unlock it and continue on with your creation or change it. So that is nothing that's going to be a game changer, but it's a nice touch. Keypads now can be used more discreetly with your computer's keypad, and they will show up as asterisks rather than the numbers. Door placement will no longer determine protection values, so each side of the door will have equal protection, and it no longer will be contingent upon how you place that door. Bone Club rating might be a bit less frequent because of that. The overhead ceiling lamp will be a bit brighter this go around, and the higher that you place it, the better the results you'll get. That's partly due to a new lighting model that's being integrated into the game, which will make everything look better, as we can see here from some screenshots of upcoming versions of the next iteration of the dungeon artwork, and also in the current procedurally generated terrain. Alright guys, had a lot of fun with this one. This was an epic update. Peace.